All right. Good morning, folks. This is Rich Vernadeau live, and it is, of course, a Thursday morning. Hope everybody out there is doing good. This is May the 25th of 2023, and we're going to talk about a lot of things today. Mainly, I'm going to tell you guys a story of the first night, my very first time that I went online. I'm sure everybody kind of remembers their first time to go online. Well, my first time online was actually on a Thursday, August the 14th, 1997. And I remember this date for a lot of different reasons. And I'll get to that in a moment. And it does have to do with an event of which I did make a video. And it did involve someone that I knew tangentially, a woman who dated my nephew, my brother's son. Anyway, I had bought a web TV, and I hooked the web TV up, and it took about an hour to connect because it was dial-up back then, and it kept having problems, with, you might remember the dial-up modems, and a web TV hooked up to your TV set. Now, it worked fabulously, had a hard drive in it. Web TV was greatly underestimated by people. I used it to sell things on eBay. It was possible to listen to music and watch videos on it. You could hook a printer up and print stuff. I did all of that. I did everything except the YouTube stuff, which I later did, with laptops and with my phone. But back in the day, 1997, when the internet was young, because remember, the internet really just began to hit in 93, 94. But anyhow, when the internet was young, I got on the very first night of August 14th, 1997. Now, at the same time, ironically, that I was logging onto the internet for the very first time, this young woman, she was 37. Her name was Patty McConnell. She was from my town of Paris, Texas. She had gone with her two kids. They were traveling to Alaska. They had stopped in British Columbia at a park, the Liard Hot Springs. And she and the 13-year-old son, Kelly, there was also a 7-year-old daughter, but she was in some other part of the hot springs at the time of the event. Anyway, Patty McConnell and Kelly, the 13-year-old son, had gone up into the Hanging Gardens to look at the rare plant life that exists that's unique to that area. And Patty saw a black bear and told her son, bear. And, of course, the bear looked right at her and then lunged for her. It attacked her, pounced on top of her, and I've done a video about that. Well, Patty was killed during that black bear attack, and then a man who tried to rescue her, who tried to help, Ray Kitchen, was also killed. The young son, Kelly, 13 at the time, was badly mauled by the bear, and he survived, however, and spent time in Vancouver Hospital. And the actor Leslie Nielsen visited Kelly in the hospital. And this was all over the news and all over the newspapers and television at the time. And then in 1998, National Geographic did a special, a little documentary, and they took Kelly back up there a year later, and he narrated and talked about, it was an interview with him actually, about the events that happened there at Liard that day. But anyway, my black bear attack videos are there here on YouTube on my Rich Vernadeau channel, Richard Vernadeau. And then they're now over on Rumble, which, as you know, for all sorts of reasons, I'm pushing my Rumble channel now because I'm very, very unhappy with YouTube. But anyway, that's the story of the first night I ever got online and how it coincidentally occurred as the same day as the bear attack, which killed Patty McConnell, a young woman from my town, who had dated my nephew. And she was a gorgeous young woman. Black bear attacks are very rare, so you want to be very careful when you're in wilderness areas. Always have some bear spray. Better yet, have a gun, even though Canada has some quirky, weird gun laws and so on and so forth. It was a man from Oklahoma who had a gun, a rifle, who ended up killing the bear. And, the bear went on after killing Patty and Ray Kitchen. The bear went on to attack a man named Ari Vandervelden, who was there with a seismic team, seismology geologists. They were doing some tests there in the yard. And anyway, it chased him down and wounded him pretty badly, mauled him badly. He was in the hospital for a while too and had to have extensive surgeries. But needless to say, 2 people died that day in what's been called the worst black bear attack in North American recent history. And that was August 14th, 1997, which was also my very first day to get online. So I guess that's what all I'm going to talk about today. This has been Rich Vernadeau. Look forward to my next episode of Rich Live. Remember, you can support me by buying me a cup of coffee over on PayPal. Gideon137@live.com is my email there. I would appreciate it if you bought me a cup of coffee. You'd be surprised. Every little bit helps, especially in this economy as it is now. Please share this video. Please like this video, particularly over on Rumble, and please subscribe to and join my Rumble channel. Thank you very much. This has been Rich Vernadeau. Thank you so much.